Hello guys and welcome back. If you don't know me by now, my name is Elio and welcome to the second video in the character review series for Bleach Immortal Soul. Today we have Hitsugaya, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so Hitsugaya is basically given to us for free just by logging in after the 7 days. And here's my lovely Hitsugaya. His specialty is obviously being an attacker type, freeze, and then defense reduction. So he comes in with some debuffs as well, which is very important to not only his damage, but your unit's damage. So let's go over here to his skills and check out what he has. So his combo move, which is Reign Over the Frosted Heavens, deals damage to a single enemy and decreases target heal rate by 70% for 1 round. Also deals extra damage equal to 5% of the target's max HP lasts 1 round. So essentially what this move does is it applies a debuff to the enemy by decreasing whatever that they're healing by, if they have some type of regeneration spell on them, by 70%. So if you're stuck with a mob or a boss that constantly heals himself, Hitsugaya is the one to go to help nerf their heals and hopefully burst them down. And what's really interesting is that his extra damage, which is equal to 5% of the target's max HP, is included in there as well. So obviously something that's very tanky and has a lot of HP will benefit more from this move than a target with little to no HP. So do keep that in mind for his combo skill if you feel like it's not doing a lot of damage. His rage skill, which is Ryu Senka, deals damage to enemies with a cross-shaped range. So basically an X on the battlefield, so it's going to hit some enemies but not hit some of them as well, so keep that in mind. But it decreases the target's defense by 20%. 20% is a hefty amount. 20%, I'm not going to lie to you, it is a hefty amount. So that's definitely a skill that if you're going to use Hitsugaya that you want to get up, because 20% goes a long way. And then it has also a 25% chance to cause freeze to 2 random targets for 1 round. And after his weapon is awakened, damage increases greatly and increases the frozen characters and decrease defense reduced. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe that's like a mistranslation. But so essentially, not only does his rage move, aka his special, apply a defense down debuff on enemies if it hits them in the cross-shaped range, but there's a 25% chance that 2 of the targets that are hit will also be essentially CC'd or crowd controlled / stunned for 1 turn. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. That's great for strategy, because not only do you have a unit that can debuff with defense, but you can have a unit that can possibly CC if luck is on your side. His first passive over here is HP Strengthen, which just raises his HP up. Obviously you just want more HP on him because he may be a little bit flimsy in terms of HP, and more HP never hurt anyone. And then his second passive is when he is alive, he increases the attack of back row allies and skill specialty allies and attack specialty allies. Deal 15% more damage to defense specialty enemies. So very odd wording on this. Essentially, as long as he lives, anyone in the back row is going to get an attack buff. Anyone with skill specialty is going to get attack buff. Anyone with attack specialty is going to get an attack buff. Only towards defense specialty enemies. So I'm assuming someone of an attacker / maybe skill typing type of unit is going to do more damage towards tank types. That's what this sounds like it's geared towards, aiming towards tank types to get the most damage out of them. And the back row things, maybe this just increases the attack of back row allies and the rest applies regardless of rows. But all in all, I mean, 15% isn't huge, but if you apply that with his rage move, Ryu Senka, then I could definitely see some damage being done here. In terms of uses for him, definitely a unit that you want to take with you, especially when you're fighting tanks or units that you need to CC with. Overall, he's not super duper amazing, but he's enough to get the job done, and do remember that he is free as well. I'm not sure how well he will hold up as we go on with the game, but we will have to see from there. Now for his War Souls, War Soul. Obviously, I just have Soul of Incapitation on him for right now. This gives his rage skill a chance to stun the target as well. Freeze and stun. I'm trying to focus on getting him to CC stuff as high as he can, like as high as of probability that he can do that. You can feel free to build him any way you want. My goal with him is just to CC as much as possible whenever I can with his rage skill, which already has a 25% chance of applying some CC. But if you want to give him more attack to help boost his attack up to get more damage out of him, feel free to go that route. I wouldn't necessarily say defense would be wrong or HP would be wrong in this case, but my theory is that if you have an attacker type, take advantage of their stat that they're the best in. So that's something just to keep in mind. And then his talent, Captain of the Squad 10. During all non-PvP type matches, all characters' crit chance and crit resist chance increases by 0.8%. 0.8% at level 1 isn't much. It isn't much, but it's geared towards you having multiple characters with the same skill and you leveling them up, because 1%, 1%, 1%, that adds up, dude. That's 3% right there. You keep leveling this up. A lot of your characters, especially in non-PvP type matches, is going to have all types of crit, dude, and all types of crit resist. There's no downside to this whatsoever. But that's Hitsugaya, you guys. If you guys have any units that you want to see immediately next, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.